Welcome back into North Dakota. Today we are cooking with Cashway. Randall, last segment we made the mix for our, what were these called again?
Pearl balls, Chinese pearl balls.
Chinese pearl balls. We made our pork mix for that. Now what's the next step?
So our next step is to actually form the pork ball.
Okay.
So what we have is now, I still have this over ice, and I'm taking a nice portion scoop, which kind of gives me consistency. And then what we want to do is we want to kind of pick it up and then just to make sure that we get rice around it. You don't have to really work the rice in too much, but just make sure it's coated.
Gotcha. And this is the rice that you soaked overnight.
Yes. I kind of put a little on a little bit of a towel, but it's still a little wet. You're never really going to get it dry.
Right.
And that's okay, just as long as the meatball kind of picks it up.
Okay.
And then I'm putting this on in a bamboo steamer with a little piece of parchment paper that I brushed with a little sesame oil.
Gotcha.
Now, you asked me, well, what if I don't have this a bamboo steamer?
Right, a fancy steamer basket.
Well, if you're a kitchen gadget person, you'd be like, there's a good reason to go get one.
Exactly.
However, you could use a colander, like you mentioned.
Oh, okay.
But also, they have those steamers that you kind of put in a pan, and they kind of like what ET used to phone home with.
It's a really good reference.
Right. I just got, and then so that could be used as well. Just you might either put some parchment paper in there, but brush it with some sesame oil or something like that, just so it doesn't stick.
Gotcha. So they're not completely out of the luck if they don't have a steamer basket.
So what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside.
Okay. Ooh,
Steamer
look at
there,
those.
and that's what they look like. So what's happened in about 15 to 20 minutes, the steam has cooked the meatball, plus it has also cooked the rice. And then we get this kind of, I don't know why they call these a pearl ball. We could call them a sea urchin ball.
Because
it kind of looks sea urchin.
Pearls.
And I mean, it depends on what kind of rice you use. Here I use jasmine.
Okay.
You could use like a short grain rice, a sushi rice as well, or sweet short grain rice.
Okay.
So now what we do is we can, either serve it. What I really like about the bamboo steamer is you can actually serve it, or during your party or something, you can just have this out and ready to go, and then people can come and get it and it still stays warm.
Gotcha.
It's a really neat way to serve it.
And then you get the cool moment of taking off the lid for people to be like, see,
right?
The nice reveal moment.
If you don't have, now this bamboo steamer doesn't fit my wok.
Oh, okay.
So then I can just fit a pan over it, and then I could either bring that out or do something like that. So you have a couple of different options there.
How long does it tend to take in this steamer? Because you're cooking both the pork and the rice. I would imagine it takes a little bit of time.
About 20 minutes.
Okay, that's
so not very long at all. Not very long at all. All right, so go ahead and try this.
Yeah, let's try that.
And then you can either go with some really hot stuff. That's sambal oelek, and then a little soy.
Well, I really love hot stuff, and I feel like I would be letting myself down if I didn't get the hot stuff on there. All right, and then so you just kind of.
I'm not going to go and do a whole one.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to eat the entire thing.
I'm only going to go with a little half.
I feel like, yeah, there you go. You're being a lot more reasonable than I am. I'll go ahead and wait for you to get all set. Oh, you want soy and the hot stuff. There we go. Cheers. Huh, a little hotter than I expected.
But really fun. It's just a different way of serving a meatball.
No, that's really awesome.
So the Asian flavors. It's really cool to serve it in this way. So it would be a fan favorite.
The meatball itself it's good on its own. But then you mentioned adding the rice.
Yeah, so now do you really have to do the rice? No. What you could also do is put it on a skewer. You could grill them or bake them.
All kinds of options. That's what we provide here on Cooking with Cashway. You can find this entire recipe, if you want to, on our website, valleynewslife.com. We're going to eat all of these pearl balls now. But you don't have to stay and watch that. We're Cooking with Cashway on North Dakota
These pearls
today.
are very precious.
Precious pearls.
Yes. In my world.
Yeah.